Alright, so, got some stuff in the middle of the week this time, so that's good. Basically, the first part was, I think it was Monday. I went and it was a holiday for most people, so, not for me. Waseda made us come to school, which was not the best, but whatever. Yeah, so, on that holiday, I went out with some of my friends, Shinya and Shige, and, we got some, I want to say it was katsudon. Yeah, I think it was like a chain katsudon place. But, that was pretty good. I'd say it's about a 6 chain in terms of like chain restaurants. I'd give it a good one. But after that, we kind of just went drinking and clubbing for a little bit, and then came back and went back to sleep. Yay. Then a couple days later, I met up with a guy who I had, I met him when I was going, like, on my adventure from Waseda that one day. He just, like, rolled up to me on his bicycle and, started talking to me in English and Japanese. And so his name is, Takuya. And, so I met up with him and got lunch with him near Waseda, and oh my god, it was so good. We got tonkatsu, which is like a breaded pork, basically. And he showed me this place that is basically a restaurant owned by all the meat companies, so they get fairly cheap meat. Oh, I got this like really well done in terms of quality pork rib tonkatsu. Oh, it was so juicy and tender. Oh, I want to go back to that place. Damn, I might do that tomorrow. Spent a lot of time talking to him. He's going to Arizona for a study abroad or for a live in some place or something. It seems like he's gonna have fun, so best of luck to him. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That place I'd give at least an 8. And it was fairly cheap. I have no complaints. Fast forward. Let's see, Friday night I stayed at the house, and one of my housemates, Taiki, had some of his kohai come over, which kohai are like the juniors, and we all just ended up drinking and telling stories and such. That was fun. After that, let's see, Saturday was the big day for me this week, because Saturday I woke up and met up with my friend Ko again, and we went to Ueno. And Ueno is this big, like, district in Tokyo, and I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, it's no going through and doing a day trip of, like, Chichibu or anything like that, but for Tokyo, I think that's probably one of the places where I would choose to live if I had to. But we meet up at the station, and we go from there. We went to a place called it's like the street. It was originally the sweet street, basically, where after the war everyone sold sweets, but now it's just this huge market street. From there, we got gyros, which infuriates me because in Japan, gyros are called kebabs. And in America, kebabs are like the Japanese yakitori. It's freaking weird, and I don't think it's the nomenclature for it is too screwed up, but those were decent. I'd give them like a 6. It was just a random small shop, and then from there Ueno had its main draw to me, at least, was it has this huge park in it. Think like Central Park or someplace like that in size, where so free park, you go through it. First thing we went to was, the name escapes me, but it's the Shinto shrine where Tokugawa Ieyasu is said to be, like, his spirit is housed. And so it's got a whole lot of like gold leaf and gold plate, and that's always nice to see. And then, yeah, mainly a photo opportunity, to be honest. I just thought it would be cool to see, like, historical stuff like that. But from there, we went to the zoo, and the zoo was cool. We got to see a giant panda, and talking about how they kind of are nature's probably worst animal, because they can't even process the food that they're supposed to eat. Like bamboo, they can't actually do anything with. They basically continually have headaches and are moody because they're hungry all the time because they can't actually process the bamboo correctly. Yeah. But from there, we went, from the panda exhibit, we went to, I think we went to the bird exhibit next. Saw a lot of cool birds. Fuck. There was this really beautiful one. I want to say it was like a yellow-breasted... Oh, man. Starling, maybe? Yeah, I think that's it, actually. Yellow-breasted starling. Very beautiful. And then we saw weird stuff, like there were, like, these vulture-looking things. It's a bird housing exhibit, basically. But then, next thing we visited in the zoo was the tiger. And that thing kind of seemed like it was hopped up on meth or something, because it just kept pacing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then it would go into this little alcove and then spray to mark its territory and then go back to pacing. I don't know if it just saw someone that it didn't like or what, but it was not having a good day. In fact, none of the animals were, because it was so fucking hot. Yeah, everyone wanted it to be out of the sunlight, if possible. From there, we went, oh my god, we saw the polar bears next, and I feel so bad, because, you know, they're polar bears, and they got thick fur and all that stuff. Basically, the poor thing had to sit in the water that was continually flowing through, so it didn't die of heat stroke. They also had the Hokkaido brown bear. I didn't take any pictures, because I just kind of enjoyed it. They had the Hokkaido brown bear, which I didn't know was an actual thing, but it looks cool. It doesn't look anything like, you know, the American brown bear or like a Kodiak bear or anything like that. It had a much more thin face instead of like the big bushy brown bear kind of look. Yeah. And then We saw seals, we saw chimpanzees. Then we got some ice cream, or I got a gelato and he got shaved ice. The gelato probably not the greatest idea, because by the time I was taking the first bite, it was already dripping down my hand, basically. But we ended up heading from there, and the next thing I actually took a lot more pictures of, which was, we went to an art museum, because I made a mistake in remembering who it was that was the French architect. I got Le Corbusier mixed up with Boulez. God damn it! So, Le Corbusier, this modernist, basically one of the leading members of the modernist movement in architecture. I got him completely mixed up with Boulez, who has way cooler, like, renditions, because, you know, modernist is kind of, it's abstract, it just abstracts everything down to its basic forms. Whereas Boulez is from the, like, neoclassic era, and really was meant, like, all of his drawings were very powerful and spoke to the power of the French government at the time. So he has, like, forts made of cannonballs, and with a gate of cannons going down, and he's got, like, this really awesome, it's like a funeral building for Isaac Newton that is a huge sphere that's hollow on the inside, and they would have, like, stars, because, like, there would be holes to be stars, so that you could get, like, oh, here's the universe, and all that stuff. I thought I really wanted to see that, and so, yeah, mixing up his names, we went to a art museum instead of, like, a normal history museum or anything like that, which was still fine by me, getting back around to that. So we went there, and there was a special exhibit done by a painter by the name of Arcimboldo, which was a, like, I believe he was from Milan in the 1500s, where he has this really unique style of painting where he creates, like, he was a court painter for a lot of his life, and he creates, like, he takes someone's face, and then he creates, for instance, he takes vegetables, and he makes their face out of vegetables. Or he takes, the creepy ones were always the animals. He would take, like, a couple times he did animals. He did water animals and, like, deer or something like that. But the water animals ones, it just creeped me the hell out. But, yeah, Arcimboldo is so unique in terms of, like, how fucked up it is, and yet so cool. There's one of the more famous ones is a guy with, he made a face out of, like, a tree trunk, basically, and the guy's nose is a protruding, like, broken off limb. And then another one was a lady who he painted in all flowers, like, something like 1,000 different unique flower types, and that was really cool. And I got to, they had this computer generating thing where you would step up and it would, like, take your face features and then create, like, a vegetable form of you. That was a really fun time. Wish the line for that wasn't so long, but what you gonna do? Me and Ko and I were very impressed by just, like, how striking his, like, some of the stuff he did was beautiful and unique and stuff, and some of it took the uncanny valley and just, like, straight down to the depths. it was very creepy, I guess is the best word for it. After that, we went to the rest of the museums, saw a lot of, like, 15th century stuff, which was mainly just, like, renditions of Catholic stuff and religious, like, Christian religious stuff. And all of it was, it was good paintings, like, the quality was great, but I think I'm starting to get to the point where, like, if it's not stylized, but, like, I need something more than just ultra realistic. So we went from there. We saw the Le Corbusier thing, and it was still kind of fascinating. But I was thinking this grandiose, large scale, never going to be done architectural drawings, and I got what amounted to basically a 5-year-old's drawings in some cases, where, oh man, I wish I could have taken pictures, because those things were so modernist. I don't actually mind the modernist movement, I just, yeah. And then we got food after that, and we went to a tabehodai, which is basically an all-you-can-eat. And this tabehodai was for yakiniku, which is the thing I got in Kyoto, where they give you the personal grill. So me and Ko just, unloaded on that thing. I've never felt so full and yet ate so much more after that. It was like, oh, I'm 3 plates in, and I'm full, and then we went probably another 3 or 4 plates. But the good thing was, they gave us enough time in between plates that it didn't really, like, I could digest a little bit. So yeah, that was delicious. I had, let's see if I can count it. I had beef intestines. I had beef womb. That was weird. I had heart, tongue, I had lamb, I had the choice, I had what is called kalbi in Japanese, kalbi. It's basically Korean-style marinated beef or pork ribs. Yeah. Which are, when they say ribs, it's not like they have the bone in them, it's just the rib meat. And then, so the rule of the tabehodai is if there are leftover, like, raw meat, you get extra stuff put on, like, you get fined for it, basically. And we didn't want that, so we ate it all, and there was a 90-minute time limit as well, but, it was so good. Let's see. We went the entire 90 minutes, and it was like $30 for 90 minutes and so much food. And we just sat there shooting the shit, talking, drinking water, because fuck that, I wasn't going to drink beer after being in the sun for God knows how long. And just watching sumo wrestling, which was really fascinating. I found out that Ko told me one of the ways that people can lose is if someone accidentally, like, brings down their shorts. That's just one way to lose. Like, if your dick falls out, you lose in sumo. Which, it's so weird that they have, like, a named way of losing for that. But, hey, it's a different sport. After that, we went for just a little bit of singing. We did like an hour of karaokeing. And then I went back here, charged up my phone for like an hour, and went to Shibuya and started the partying the night away, because one of my friends, Iniko, is going away tomorrow, or I guess today, so she basically had everyone come and go clubbing with her at a place called Harlem. Uh, fairly, I mean, Harlem itself, I have no problems with it. I actually found out clubbing's not. I would say it's better than meh. I'd say it's good, in my opinion. Like, I came in thinking, I'm just gonna fucking hate this. I'm not one to enjoy going out in huge crowds of people I don't know. I mean, granted, I was drinking a little bit, so I was probably not as shy, but I still had fun dancing. It was nice to do that. But staying out till 5, that was not fun. By the end, I was so tired. I got some good ramen at a place called Ichiran in Shibuya. Turns out ramen's actually pretty good for, like, late night drunk food. Didn't think that was gonna happen. I was looking for more, like, tonkatsu. Something really, like, fried and greasy. But, hey, I'll take something good. And then came back here, slept for like 6 hours, got up today, went to Ueno again, and just walked around, like, in the park itself. It has a pond, like at Green Lake or a lot of other parks. So I just walked around there for a little bit, went and got some food. I got some sushi and had some Atsukan, which is the hot sake. And then came back and watched some movies. So, yeah, that was fun. Hopefully I do a whole lot more next weekend next week, since it's basically my last week here. I believe we have a lot in store. So, be looking forward to the next vlog. Yeah, it's 2:30. I made a mistake on staying up. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Love you.